Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, yeah. It's a rabbit hole. Actually, I'm going to stand in my truth today. Well, I'm going to stand on my truth today because there is a lot of people that know some things about herbs. Um, it may not be a profession, and you don't have to have it as a profession. I love anyone that wants to study herbs for well-being, which is why I got into business of um, herbs, wanting to help people feel well, be well. I was so adamant about focusing on young people and children, but realized that we as adults have to do better about our well-being. That's why self-care became the forefront of a lot of people's well-being and their health, because people started realizing they weren't really taking really good care of themselves. The oldest medicine is herbalism. The oldest medicine is we use nature to heal us. And that's why tonight was so important. I had a conversation with a few people on Mona's live Monday morning. You know, we the night crew. Shout out to Sifton Soul and More. Shout out to Fr Humphrey, cause our night crew. Be y'all gotta come join us on the night crew. GT, Eric, Mike, everybody that comes to the night chat on Sunday nights and Monday nights we just have a blast, y'all. And oh, and Georgia Peach Nut. But anywho, I'm saying this to say there were some things that were brought up about lavender. And when it came up, I was like, wait a minute. I studied lavender. Like, I studied lavender. And the thing that they had brought up, I never even heard it before. So I took a breath. I said, okay, let's go back in your notes. Because I've been doing this now. I've been studying herbs for quite a few years now. And I said, that darn Google. Because most people stop and they don't know how to get through that rabbit hole of information. And Google will have you all over the place, especially if you don't have a foundation. So I'm going to start with this. Number one, I'm not a doctor. I am a professional community folk. I am a combined herbalist. I do traditional herbalism, folk herbalism, community herbalism. I have certifications in naturopath medicine, certifications in herbalism, culinary herbalism, an array of them. So I know a little bit. Now, I don't know all of it. I know a little bit about a little bit. I know a little bit about a little bit. So I say that to say I always go back to my foundation, my courses I've taken, the training, my own studies. You guys, you gotta get through the studies, because if you just simply put in Google and you stop at that first search, you'll be all over the place. And when the information had came up, I said, hey, wait a minute. I never, ever heard that. It doesn't mean that science doesn't change. It doesn't mean that we are not studying and learning new things as things go along. But by the time I'm done today, what I want you to understand, the same way we're going to deal with that whole issue of lavender and tea tree and aloe being hormone disruptors. And we're going to dig deep into why they're saying this, because I want you to understand the lawsuits that are out there. So, back to me. I am an herbalist. I've been studying it for quite a while. I do have some professional certifications. I'm not done. I'm working on my doctor of natural medicine. And I say this to say, I am not a substitute for professional medical advice. The oath I took says that I am working on well-being using plant medicine to help people be well, help children be well, help elder people be well. I use traditional medicine. I use herbal medicine. I use that to help people be well. I do not prescribe medicine, give medical advice. What I do provide is knowledge. I provide knowledge, and I provide knowledge based on my studies, knowledge based on science that I can take you to if I needed to. But I'm going to need you to do your research. You'll hear me say this a lot. Due diligence. That means that I need you to do as much research as possible. That way, when you do your research, you are not just taking my word for it, you are taking your own, because you are doing the research to see what it is that you are learning, not just from me, but from everywhere, because we all be on these lives, and I hear a lot of information come on the lives, and I don't say anything, because we're all learning, and we're all studying, we're all trying to be well. Heck, I am trying to convert to where I do not have to go to the grocery store. I have already eliminated at least 50% of my grocery bill. So I'm excited about that. Hi, Tampa's Creek. Thanks for coming on in, boo. Thank you for coming on in. Thank you for joining my live. Let me get on here because I don't want to miss the comments, because there's some things that I like to put in the chat. That way you guys can research as well. I gave y'all some information during the mint. Now tell me y'all went and studied that when y'all did mint. I gave y'all a lot of it, more than I should have, because technically you guys are supposed to go do the research and go get the training, but I give it because if I'm better, you're better. And that's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is so that we can all be better as a community. In our traditional communities back in the past, there was always elders that were the go-to when people were not well. I don't care if you called them witch doctors. They were not always called witch doctors. That was just certain cultures. But the medicine woman, the medicine man, they were called. In native tribes, they were the elder. That's where you went to when you wanted information on healing. Hold on, Tampa. Let me pull it up so I can see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I like to look at it just so that I'm sure. All right. So tonight we are talking about lavender. So tonight we are talking about lavender. So let me mute this. Okay. So, facts. Just went to the doctor today and gave me loads of medicine. So this is the thing. Herbalism is not a replacement for your medical doctor. If you have chronic issues, hi Christina, welcome in. If you have chronic issues and you have issues, the thing about, I think on Mona's live, somebody asked the question, when should we talk to our doctors and them about this stuff? Listen, you and your doctor need to be partners in your health. You need to be partners in your care. So on the live, there was information given out, and I had to put the disclaimer that I am not a doctor and I did not want to be associated with any information that came out. And we have to remember that people take our words on face value. You need to be able to back up what it is that you're saying, or give them direction on where to seek it at. As an herbalist, because you take that oath. As an herbalist, you take an oath too. Ask herbalists. When they do their training and they get their certifications, they tell you you are taking an oath that is similar to the Hippocratic oath that doctors and them take, because you are saying that you will not practice medicine. You do not give diagnosis. You do not that you give diagnosis, because that's not true. You actually have to. When I do consultations, I figure out what's going on with people based on what they tell me. So not that. You do not give medical advice. You do not prescribe medicine. Anything that is chronic or anything like that, they must seek medical attention, because there are some things that even herbs may not be able to help them with, that they may be too far along in whatever issue that they got going on. Or some people, you don't want them saying that, oh, this person told me that, this, and this is why we have insurance as well. So let's go back. So the information, again, that information that was given out, I did not agree, but I couldn't say nothing. It wasn't my live. So I simply just shut up, because if someone took that advice, and went with it, you can be found liable. They teach you this when you take your training. When I do my training, they constantly remind us of this. That's why when people ask me questions in the comments, listen, this is not just my lifestyle, but this is my business. If you need me to help you with your well-being, we have to do a consultation. I cannot diagnose you in the comments. And then if you are seeking medical attention, see, I take herbalism very, very seriously. It's why I got in it. So many people needed healing, and this food and things are so bad right now. And that's why we're going to dig into why all of a sudden they're saying that lavender is a hormone disruptor. We're going to get into that too tonight. So I say that to say I will speak my truth today. If you have a problem with anything that I say, I'm willing to discuss it. I have my certifications that can back up everything that I say. I have my research that will back up everything that I say. So, again, I can't diagnose you in the comments of here. And if you are seeing a doctor, I also need to know where you are with that. Because I have hundreds of people, tons of people that I treat with my herbs, right? And when I treat them and we go through my consultation, there's questions that I have to ask. There's things that I have to know that take me deeper into what's going on with you, so I can prescribe not prescribe, so that I can give you the right information, give you the right herbs to take to help you be well. So, with that, I give you a sheet. You sign the consultation form with me. I give you a paper that you will go back to your doctor with. But I don't want you to just go back to your doctor with it. What I want you to do is do your due diligence. That's our word for today. Due diligence. Okay? That's your word for today. Due diligence. That means that you are doing your research, you are doing your homework. Because even so, like Tampa, like you went today and you got all of your medicine, right? Now what I want you to do with that is you sit down at your computer and you look up every last one of those medications. Because they don't know if it is going to cause you an issue until you take it. But you can do your research and say, hey, this says if you have this issue, or this issue, you need not take this. So you may have to go back to your physician and say, hey, I have these other issues going on. We need to readjust my medicine. We need to look at this. So again, with the form you give me, you'll get a formal paper from me, and you will go back with your doctor and you will let them know, okay, this is the herbal plan that is given to me to help me be well. So I need this to work alongside whatever it is that you are giving me. And if he's not giving you anything, you say, okay, hey, these are the herbs that I plan on taking. Would I have any issue with any of these? And that's what a real herbalist will do. They will give you a plan to help you be well, and then you take that plan and you work with it alongside your doctor. The doctor's learning just like you. He doesn't know what you have allergies to. He don't know what you may react to. And these doctors, and this is a fact, are dying from the same diseases that they give us medicine for. I told you guys the story of one of my doctors when her mother had got diagnosed with breast cancer, and she went to her mom's house. Her mom had all this medicine. Now, had she not known about a lot of those medications, her mom would just be taking all of this stuff, and she said a lot of it was doing her mother harm. So she walked through each one with her mom. And then she said, no, I'm not going to send you back to the doctor by yourself. We're going to go together, because I need him to know who I am and my relation to you and how we're going to get you through this process of breast cancer. And that's what she did. So, you and your physician are partners. He is uh, he is not a dictator. He is your partner in your well-being. Now, a fact. 70% of the world does not rely on traditional medicine. 70% of the world relies on natural medicine, plant-based herbal medicine. When I learned that in class, I was so ecstatic because I'm so used to people always talking about how much medicine they got to take. And let me tell you, the first time I had ever got injured, I had a bag of medicine. I'm talking about a giant Ziploc bag of medicine. I've never been a medicine taker in my life. I've always worked on my health, worked on my well-being. Then you know how you get kind of laxed and you forget some of your training. Because again, I studied this years ago. This has only became a practice to me for the past 3 years. But I've studied it years ago, done a lot of herbal retreats and different things like that. So I have a history in it. And I just kind of pause with my health. You know, you get comfortable, you know, married, getting the children out the house and things of that nature. So I got kind of lax on it. And at the time, I think I got serious again at the time that my late husband, he had suffered a heart attack. And that brought back the realization that, hey, listen, health has to be back at the forefront. So I picked it back up again. Again, not as big as I do it now, but I had to do something then. And I went on like a health kick or anything. So, first of all, let me come back. How y'all doing in the comments? If I'm talking too fast, please slow me down. If you need me to repeat something, you need me to further elaborate on something, please, please, please slow me down because I will keep on rolling. I'm so sorry. That's just how I talk when I'm passionate about something. Please don't mistake it for anger. I am not angry. I'm not mad at no doctors. I love my doctor. She is, and he, because I have a male, he's my doctor for over 20 years. He brought a female into the practice and she has been my doctor for the past 10 years. So I say that to say we are partners in my well-being. And I love her because she understands the path that I'm on. So don't mistake my words for not getting medical attention when you need medical attention. You seek medical attention when you need medical attention. And any herbalist worth their weight will tell you the same thing. Okay? So now, back to this. So tonight is all about plants, teas, and you guys are my besties because you join me every Thursday night. And I appreciate you guys for coming in here live, taking time out of your evening to come hang out with me and hear all about, hey, so blessed. Hey, beautiful. Hey, guys. You know what? I think I'm just saying that. I'm thank you guys for coming in here. I truly, truly appreciate you guys coming in here. And I can get the rambling, so please do not hesitate because I do have the comments up where I can see the comments. So if you need me to slow down, you need me to elaborate, please, please feel free to type something in the comments and I will definitely double back. So let me start. So back to that. This is Plans, Teas, and Besties. I love doing this, y'all, because I am so full of love and I love everybody. So except for the people that don't love me. But anyway. I'm saying this to say that I was supposed to do tea tonight. I am, sis, I'm great. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I was supposed to do tea tonight, guys. I wasn't going to do lavender tea only because I'm doing chamomile, which they're both nervine teas, and they do the same thing. But my cup for today. So what happened is I end up having this fabulous smoothie from Chakra Soups. They make the best chakra smoothies ever. Listen, Christina, you know what? I can't say that I love everybody, but I just have a genuine love for people until they do something to me. So when I, and it's, you know what it is? You just have to have this love for yourself. You got to have this overwhelming love for yourself that it don't even matter if someone doesn't love you. Honey, God takes care of them. And if y'all don't want to hear me talk about God, this may be the wrong channel for you too. I'm sorry. I'm Muslim, and it's my nature. So I'm saying that to say, don't worry about getting love from everybody else. You have to be exuding love yourself, and it is going to translate no matter where you go, no matter who you are among, no matter who you are with. Honey, that love is going to show, and it don't matter, and the right people will love you back. And that's just how you got to keep it. You cannot worry about anything else. And you don't have to spend your time worried about whether you have to love somebody else. Just love yourself. Love on yourself. And then you reciprocate love that's shown to you. That's the best advice I can give. We do unto others as we have done unto us. Now, back to my wonderful chakra smoothie. It's gone, y'all. I'm sorry. I tried to save it so that I could show you guys. It was so good. It was so good. Listen, when it vibrated, she vibrated it. And let me tell you, the vibration of love from the sister, it resonated through that whole store. I was like, do you feel that? And she was like, sis, yes. So I drank it. I'm sorry. And I was gonna make some tea, but I was tearing this smoothie up. And shout out to Chakra Soups over here in New Jersey, South Jersey. You ever in New Jersey, you gotta stop there. Now the best soups, they have the best, they don't make tea, best soups, best smoothies, and vegan food. And they're the reason why I eat vegan food, because they make really good food. So, tonight I will be drinking water. I'm sorry, I'm drinking water tonight, but I have a fabulous cup for the week. Thank you, Christina. Tonight's cup is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The first one. And then it says courage to change the things I can. And then the wisdom to know the difference. When my son was going through his trial, I would type this up, print it out, and give this to him to help him through his trials. This is the Serenity Prayer. If you don't know what that is, it is the Serenity Prayer. I'm sorry if you're not religious. This is not, a religious live, but this is a motivational one. So this is my Serenity Cup, and it is actually very, very timing, because I don't know, I picked it up and I said, I have my cup for today, for the week. And this is the one that came to me. So this is the one I have. So I will be drinking water in it, guys. Anybody drinking tea tonight? Hey, Teresa. How are you? Hey. All right. So, let's get into it, y'all. All right. So, as I was going down that rabbit hole, y'all know I went down the rabbit hole from mint. It was so funny because I had to do mint twice. Please, guys, please go back and check that video. There is so many things that happen in our world that come from mint. And I forgot, when you think of it, when you were younger, remember menthol cigarettes? Menthol, I told you guys that menthone and menthol comes from the mint plant. So they make menthol cigarettes from the mint plant. But anyway. Oh, listen. So blessed. I went to that back door. I looked out the back door. I saw the garden. I have this brand new citronella plant. It smells amazing, y'all. Like, it smells... I know where they get the scent from when you buy the citronella candles. But let me tell you, make your own. Just make your own. Make your own. It because and we're gonna actually get into that as well. Not on how to make a citronella plant, but about how they come up with fragrances, and that's part of this whole lavender issue. But that plant smells so amazing. So I made I put some in a pot of water and turn the water on just so I can dispel it into the air, because you get gnats and stuff from having the plants and stuff in the house. So, honey, that citronella was all in the back. But I opened up the back door, felt that citronella plant still had a little wet to it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna water y'all tomorrow morning before the sun come up. So I understand it is hot out there. I was trying to run. I had so much to do today, and I still forgot my car appointment. So I have to take my car tomorrow. But it's hot out there. And listen, guys, I need y'all to be safe. I need you to be safe in the garden. If you did not check it out, check out my video that I did on garden safety tips. We got to be safe even in the garden. You know, and this is why I'm doing these herbs on how to use herbs from your everyday garden to help you, because there are things that we're going to go through gardening, that we can use our herbs to help us in everyday life. So this is why I do the herbs that I do. So let's talk about lavender. Anybody know? So I already told you guys that lavender is a nervine herb. It's energetic. It is part of the nervine family. I mean, it is a calming. It works with the nervous system. It is a relaxant. That's the family of energetics that lavender is. So anybody tell me, what else is lavender known for helping? In the comments, y'all can tell me. What are some of the things that lavender is known for? I'll give y'all a couple seconds to put some answers in the chat. What do you use lavender for? Go on and tell me, what do you use lavender for? Because lavender is a pretty magnificent herb. And can somebody tell me? Good night, Teresa. Tell me, who were the first to use lavender? I put it on my community tab. I kind of gave y'all a clue. Come on, nobody know? Does anybody use lavender? Anybody in the chat? Oh, Teresa, you said sleep. Oh, that's what you were saying. Listen, I'm sorry. I got you. Yes, Teresa. Yes, Christina. Yep. Lavender is used to help induce sleep. Yep. In a study with people who were insomnia, in a scientific study with people who were insomnia, they would give them lavender oil in an infusion, for the atmosphere, and they found out not only did they sleep better, but they woke up more energetic. They woke up happier. So lavender is also great for your mood. Yeah, it is actually very, very good. You can actually take the lavender, dry the petals, and put them in your drawers, and they keep like the moths and things away because of their high fragrance. Yep. You can put them in your clothing. Keeps your clothing naturally. Instead of that well, I ain't gonna say don't use fabric softener, but if you want a scent to last after you wash and dry your clothes, throw a couple lavender buds in your drawer, and I'm telling you, that lavender scent, it's amazing. But yep, definitely good for that. So we got sleep, we got for your clothing. What about anxiety? So people who are under high stress, like high stress jobs, very stressful jobs, very stressful lives, lavender is also great. Yep, you can make your own fabric softener with it. Yes, you absolutely can. You can put it in a sachet, one of those mesh bags that I told you guys to get from Dollar Tree. Put a couple lavenders in there. Cut the leaves. Cut the lavender from the plant. Put it in there. Let it dry out. I would let it dry out a little bit, and then I would take it and throw it in the dryer with your clothes. Yep, you sure can. Put it in that sachet. How many of you knew that lavender, well, I just told you about mood, that it helped people not only to sleep well. I actually have two. Every time my lavender plant dies, I go and buy a new one. I'm sorry. I have to have lavender in the garden. Not only is it a great pollinator, but it is great for, it's great plant to have medicinally. So, oh, and did I tell you about my tea? Let me show you my tea. So, because it's plants, teas, and besties. So, because I'm drinking water, y'all see my cup. I forgot to show y'all my Juneteenth shirt. Happy Juneteenth to everyone. Happy Juneteenth. And my little hat that I got to go with it. I didn't get to wear it yesterday because I had to work. So, I said, you know what? It is a Plans, Teas, and Besties Thursday, so I decided to wear my t-shirt today. So that's my tea for the week. I got my cup for the week. Now, lavender, besides the mood, did you know that you can use lavender to heal wounds? Say that you're in the garden and you get a scrape or a scratch or a cut, not one that's deep and heavily bleeding. You want to get that clean, determine if it needs stitches or anything, and seek medical attention if you need it. But lavender can help with like scrapes and scratches. You can make a salve out of it, and you can use it because lavender is a great wound healer. It helps wounds heal quickly, and it also helps keep them from scarring. So lavender is wonderful for that. How many of you knew that? Lavender is also great for burns. Let me see. When I get to burns. So lavender has been used traditionally as a remedy for burns in very old scientific research because of its antimicrobial activity. And I will get to that, but lavender is antimicrobial. It is antibiotic. It is antimicrobial. That means that it helps keep the body from getting infections. So say if you get burned, after you clean that wound, you want to put the lavender on it or keep it from being infected. So that's what they mean by antimicrobial. Keeps it from getting infected by microorganisms or bacteria or anything of that nature. So lavender is great for that. So I want to go back to the anxiety one. So one of the things that I forgot to say, that all essential oils must be diluted. Lavender oil or any essential oil in its essential essence is too strong for the body. And I don't care what oil it is, what plant it comes from. You should never orally consume essential oil. Never. It must be diluted. Now, if it is an oil that you can ingest, it must be diluted first. You cannot take herbs naturally in their essential oil form orally, because they can do harm to the body because of their high medicinal properties. Remember, medicine came from plants, and you cannot take it in that high form. All essential oils must be diluted. So if I tell you that you should use lavender essential oil, that means that you need to make sure you dilute it. If you are buying it in the essential form, it needs to be diluted. Now, if you buy it in your lotions, your shampoos, conditioners, toothpaste, or whatever you buy it in, it's already been diluted. And we're going to talk about that as well too. And some of them aren't even really have lavender in it. I'm going to tell you how to look for that as well. But you need to know how to look it up. Yeah, they have, because lavender is calming. And there are certain pathways into the body that are easily absorbed into the blood. And one of them is your feet. Your feet, your hands, the back of your knee. These are entryways that get into the body and go directly into the bloodstream when you add product to it. So say like you're putting lotion in, you put it on the back of your leg. Just know that those are easier pathways into the body. So for instance, like I tell you guys, whenever you have a little child that is not well, you cut up an onion and put that onion in a sock and put it on their foot at nighttime, and it draws out toxins from the body. But it also onion, if you don't know, I didn't mean to get into onions, but I say this to say onions are what's that term? Onions will find their way to the problem of the body. It will go wherever the body needs it and provide medicinal properties. That's a tip for y'all. Onions. All right. So we said that lavender is great for sleep. It is good for anxiety. Did you know I told you guys that it is a nervine herb, so it is definitely good for headaches and migraines. People who suffer from headaches and migraines, try using lavender tea. Or you don't even have to drink it as a tea. I would not give lavender tea to little children, and we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But lavender tea as an adult, you can take lavender tea. Just make sure not to take it over a long period of time. Okay? You want to, and that's with anything. You don't want to take it over a long course or period of time. You have to give it a break. So for instance, I explained to you guys at the last one about yellow dock, because it's such a strong diuretic and herb that heals the liver and the kidneys. You have to take a break from it because it is constantly working on your liver and your kidneys, and it needs a break. So I have to pause. Like I took I think a month off from drinking my yellow dock tea. Then I went back to drinking it because it's such a great tea. I just love it. So, but I do take a break from taking it. So we talked about anxiety. We talked about headaches and migraines. Did you know that they use lavender to help chemotherapy patients while they're taking their chemotherapy? They have a lot of side effects, so they give them lavender as aromatherapy. So when I say that they give them lavender, know that it is in an aromatherapy form. They're not giving them lavender essential oil. They're not asking them to take it orally. They do it as an aromatherapy, massage therapy, things of that nature. That would explain why, like, you see they have a lot of lavender in foot creams and stuff, just as a kind of calming the nerves of the person. So, and that's what lavender does. It kind of calms them when they're having a lot of the side effects from chemotherapy. But talk to your doctor. Again, if you're going through chemotherapy and you want to add lavender to it, you may already be taking it from your doctor. If you are not, ask your doctor if you can add lavender to it, because it is a great aid when you're going through that. One of the products that I have a lavender infused body butter, because lavender is great for acne. If you suffer from acne and blemishes and things of that nature, lavender, like calendula or calendula, is great for people who suffer from acne. Again, because of those antimicrobial properties, lavender is phenomenal for acne sufferers. It is antimicrobial, it is antibacterial, and antiseptic, lavender, and it helps with not just your acne, but say you have scalp issues like dandruff and things of that nature. That's why you'll see a lot of products that have lavender in it, because of those properties, because it's antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, those properties. And I told you, anything with that anti in it, start paying attention. That's what you want to pay attention to, those things. And definitely anything that's anti-inflammatory, because normally when the body is disrupted, when the body is not at ease, there is some inflammation going on, and you want to take anti-inflammatory teas, things of that nature. That's going to help bring down pain, swelling, things of that nature. So any skin condition, it heals wounds, treats burns, acne, and your hair. It is great for your hair if you kind of have that. And especially now because it is summertime, it's get really hot. We don't like to have a lot of product buildup in our hair. I know that we don't like a lot of product buildup in our hair. I especially don't like a lot of gel and stuff in my hair in the summer because it will clog the pores. And if you do use it, you want to take some time and co-wash. Like for my hair, with these faux locks, I do co-wash just to keep my scalp clean from the products. I do use what's her name, Carol's daughter, co-wash, and then I have my own cleanser that I use for my hair. There is this other one by Softy that I tried, and it was pretty good because I did a co-wash on my faux locks. It was pretty nice. And you know, and listen, the other thing too, guys, when you are trying something, there is no miracle cure for anything. There is no overnight sensation for anything. And like medicine and like things that you are going to take, it takes time and it takes consistency. When I treat my clients, I tell them, number one, if you are asking me to help you be well, you need to be a partner in your health and well-being. That means that if I tell you you need to take this twice a day, if I tell you you need to drink this only at night, whatever the instructions are that I give you, you need to do that because it is your consistency that's going to make you well. And it's like a doctor, they'll tell you, well, if you're not following the plan that I gave you, how are you going to be well? So the same thing with herbs. Herbs work. They work. They don't work after you've got a chronic condition and you need to seek medical attention. But herbs work if you learn that it takes time and you have to be consistent with using them. So normally I tell my clients I have to monitor them for the first 30 days to make sure that they are taking it as I asked them and instructed them to do. And then they'll see it. They'll call me and tell me that they see a difference, you know, or they feel a difference. And that's important. And that's the part of me that makes me feel good. And I know that they're listening to me. That's one of my clients right there. Should tell them to come on my live to tell y'all about it. But anyway, that's funny that he just messaged me at the same time I'm telling you about it. He sends everybody to me. So lavender flower, they say so. There was a post on Instagram. One of the that I follow, and she was saying how whenever you walk out into your garden, they say it immediately boosts your mood. That if you have flowers growing in your garden, flowers immediately boost your mood. That's what happens when people look at lavender and different flowers. Hell, me just looking at my garden, it boosts my mood. Sometimes I just peek out the little kitchen window. You know, you got the little small window. I just peek out the window just so I can look at all of the beautiful herbs and food that's growing out there, and it just makes me happy. And so, and that's with you guys. You find the things that make you happy. And listen, cut you up some lavender, put it in a flower vase, and sit it in on a desk or something. When my roses grew, I had the roses sitting here. Oh my God, it was like the most beautiful thing. Had my room smelling like roses. So now, oh, depression. If you are going, hey, broke farmer. Listen, do you peek out the window? Okay, so last night on Gordon Confessions. So blessed, was that you who said that you peeked out the window like making them and didn't go out and water your plants? Was that you last night? Honey, I was like, I'm gonna concur. Because I did the same thing. I looked out at the garden. Everything looked good. I said, okay, I got another day. And I got written up on Garden Confessions last night for co-signing somebody else. Christina, are you in Arizona or something? Oh, no, that wasn't you. Look, I was trying to get you in trouble. What's up, broke farmer? What's up, bro? I see you got a new video. Listen, let me tell you, we have a heat wave right now. And I can go out there now, 7 o'clock, even 8 o'clock. I'll take a risk and go out there. I don't have to worry about too many flies and bugs out there, and I'll go out in water. I don't have a problem with that. But if I don't go out in the morning before that sun has peaked, listen, I'm the type. I've been out there in my full gardening outfit, and I am burning up. And technically, I'm not supposed to do it, but because New Mexico, hola. Hey, I know that's oh my God, you probably got, okay, so we're going to talk too, Kristen, because my mentor, his wife is from not New Mexico, but Mexico. He goes to those places and gets some of the most amazing native herbs, and he comes back with, oh my goodness, just, and anyway, I digress. We gotta talk. You gotta let me know about those native plants in your area, because I know it. You got some serious herbs going on over there. But yeah, Broke Farm, I gotta check out your videos too. And it's not that I let my baby suffer, because let me tell you, once one of my herbs died from, I put it on the top shelf in the greenhouse. You should see, I look out that window to make sure that the greenhouse is open, because I can't have the greenhouse sending all my herbs to the upper room. My biggest point of me getting into my garden is because I started out growing just herbs. So I have to have that. So now we ready to go down the rabbit hole. So we talked about lavender. Again, do not take lavender essential oil orally. Do not take any essential oil orally. It must be diluted in a carrier oil. That's another oil. That means that you have another oil, and you put a couple drops. You don't even need that much drops of an essential oil, because it's such a highly concentrated medicinal oil. So you only need a couple drops. I have to make some new products because I'm vending. I may go live tomorrow and show y'all me making my, I already have my men's beard oil and beard balm, all that ready, but I do have to make some new butters. So I may do that live. We'll see what happens tomorrow. People do take lavender tea, which is amazing. So I saved the tea for last. Oh, so again, so I use lavender in my lotions and creams and things of that nature, because I believe that the plant herbs and their medicinal properties are what makes the product so much better. So now, lavender can be taken as a tea. So now let's get into it. I want each of you to go get a lotion bottle, a shampoo bottle, let's see what else you can get, your mouthwash. I want you to get something that you purchase from the store that is a cosmetic product. And I'll tell you why I'm asking you to do that. So, again, like I said, because I've been studying herbs for years. I've only been doing clinicals and wellness consultations and all of that for the past 3 years, helping people to be well in that capacity. Like I say, I studied lavender. Right now in my Doctor of Natural Medicine, I actually didn't even get into that section yet, because I'm on my last 2 sections before I'm done and get my certification. Yay me! The last part of it is medicinal herbs, walking us back through each medicinal herb, its properties, how to administer it, the difference between us and the cosmetic industry or the food industry, and what's pretty. So blessed, what's pretty? Did I miss something? So let's talk about the tea. So on the live the other day, they bought up lavender. So this is lavender buds. In here is lavender buds that I purchased, but also the lavender that I grew. This is my lavender that I grew for the past 2 years. I've been growing lavender. So let me see if I can show you some that I grew. So if you can see, okay, I'm sorry, I don't mind my shorts. So in here, if you can see, do you see some of the wooded pieces? That's how you know that's the lavender that I grew. I think at the bottom is the lavender that, but it's mixed in. So what happened is I grew lavender. So on the bottom is the one that I grew to, and then I cut from my garden. But then I also bought some lavender buds that can be used orally to make tea, not something synthetic that you can use. But I need real lavender to use in not just my teas, but my skincare products and things of that nature. Y'all, I can't tell you, this smells so good. This smells so good. Look, smell-o-vision broke farmer. Do you see that? That's real lavender in there. And I have much because I use lavender all the time. I use it in my skincare products that I create. And it's such a great herb. Now, I say that to say, on the live, they bought up thank you, bro. They brought up the fact that they said that lavender was a hormone disruptor. In my naturopath medicine, I also study hormone disruptors. We have to be careful with our Google searches. I only say that because it can become a rabbit hole. It really is a rabbit hole. You have to know where you're looking. Research, go in there and find out who is giving this information. Because one of the best quotes I heard another YouTuber say is that you know who? Tina. I love her. Miss Linda, shout out to Miss Linda from the New Orleans Gardener. She said some people will Google information she give them, and because Google didn't agree with what she said, it means that what she said is wrong. That is not true. What she said too is somebody had to enter the information in Google, and that is an actual fact. People are, I'm sorry, y'all. That's my granddaughter. She gonna call me back, so y'all have to pardon me. If she don't reach me, she's calling me 100 times. She wanna know where I am, what I'm doing, and why I'm not picking up her call. Hopefully she just texts me. So, T-Nog said that, and I thought that was the most perfect advice. I did not go in there. Hi, Mona Boo. Listen, I'm getting to the good part, Mona, because this is based off the conversation that we had on your live the other night. So, this is lavender. I let you guys smell it. Y'all smell that? Now go in your garden and cut a couple pieces. You're going to thank me for it because it's going to lift your mood. It's got my bedroom smelling amazing. Anyway, on the live, Mona, do you remember somebody said, oh, men can't take lavender because it is a hormone disruptor. Like I said, I studied lavender. Studied lavender, right? And I went back in my notes. I was like, there's nothing in there that says the lavender. I even asked my professor. So, and again, my disclaimer is things change. Well, we about to get into that. We about to get into that. Christina, we about to get into that. Well, what happens is research can always change. But you have to understand what's going on in the gardening world, the culinary world, the food world, and our health and well-being. There are a lot of lawsuits out there against Monsanto. And I am saying their name because I can prove what I say. I said I wasn't going to hold back today because everything that I say, I can back it up. There's actual facts. There is lawsuits against Monsanto because of the chemical atrazine. Atrazine, a.k.a. Roundup. Atrazine, a.k.a. herbicide, a.k.a. pesticide, a.k.a. weed killer, a.k.a. Roundup. So let's go back to lavender. Lavender is thousands of years old. That's a fact. Lavender was first introduced to the world by Africans, the ancient Egyptians to be exact. The ancient Egyptians used lavender to adorn the body, to cleanse the body, and they also used it for burial practices so that when they went on to the next life, they smelled good. When they opened up the tombs of the Egyptians, there was lavender plants garnered all over their bodies and their mummies, because lavender was the herb of the gods. They used lavender in all aspects of their life. You can find lavender in the tombs in Egypt. So that's where lavender originally came from. Oh, that's your lavender smelling nose. Oh, Christina, I ain't gonna tell you, though, I thought that was boobs, because I thought you put that there because of the hormone disrupt. Oh my goodness. Okay. Back to I'm sorry, y'all. Pause. In the words of my good brother Brooke Farmer, pause. Pause. So I say that to say, all of a sudden, there is this new thing where they're saying that lavender. Now, if you Google it, because I want y'all to Google it, when you Google in what herbs disrupt hormones, it's going to come up and say lavender and tea tree. But you got to keep reading. You have to keep reading. That wasn't there a year ago. The same article that published that said that lavender and tea tree are hormone disruptors, if you look on it, they say don't take it because it may mimic estrogen. It may mimic estrogen. I say this to say, and everything I say I can back up, which is why I'm saying it today. They take a plant and they find out the plant's protective properties and they mimic it. It's just like and that's how we're going to get into it. That's why I asked y'all to go get a lotion or a mouthwash or a toothpaste or whatever cosmetic product you wanted to get, because I wanted you to see how much of a herb is actually in those products. This is why herbalists and why most people are relying on traditional herbs and stuff to heal, because those products, most of the medicines now, and this is coming back to my original point, they don't have enough of the herb in it to really be effective. And that article is on the FDA website. If you go to the FDA website, they did their own research. They wanted to see how many supplements and products actually contain the herbs that they said was in it. They did an article, and I print out the articles because I'm constantly watching. And of course, no, I don't trust the FDA all the way either. But there are times when they're doing research because we call for it. We call for it. When we question them, like for instance, let me see, who did they? Oh, so with the whole thing with Brita water, you know, it was us that called for an investigation into Brita, because Brita claimed that they were removed, that when you buy their filter, that they were protecting us from Monsanto's herbicide and pesticide runoff. Come to find out, they were not. They over misrepresented it. And there's a class action lawsuit against Brita over their filter system. Now, are they a better filter system than Pure? Yep, but guess what? I got Pure. Pure actually cleans or filters the water like it says it's going to do. The app, and then we're going to get into how it affects gardeners too, because I want y'all to understand this as well, that it affects us too. So, because of those lawsuits out there, they're trying to run it back to herbs, but they don't even use enough of the herbs in the product for it to even cause that. If you look at hormone disruptors, and I'm going to give you, let me see, I have a list of them. So the first one is atrazine. You guys, atrazine is the AKA Roundup, which was created by Monsanto. And because atrazine, you guys, I don't know, do y'all know this? I'm going to give it to y'all straight. So atrazine is the biggest hormone or endocrine disruptor. An endocrine is your endocrine system. Darn it. Let me get my iPad because I want y'all to see this. I could be talking to you, but if you don't know what the endocrine system is, it's not going to help. You can Google it on your phone. If you have your phone, you can Google it on your phone. But I want you guys to see endocrine system. The endocrine system has similar parts for men and women, and then when it gets to our reproductive system, it's a little bit different. This is why the lawsuits are against Monsanto. This is why products that contain BPA, which is how do you say that word? BPA is bisphenol A. And now, even when you go into Dollar Tree, and so bisphenol is plastic. It's how they make plastic. Bisphenol, you'll see they say it's BPA free, because it's the chemical that creates plastic. There are some foods that we eat is just one chemical away from being plastic. But so, for instance, this is the female endocrine system, right? Can y'all see that? When I get closer to the phone, it has a glare. I don't want you guys to get that glare. Okay, there we go. Can y'all see that? So that's your endocrine system. And actually, this is where I actually just did this class yesterday with my professor. But this is the endocrine system for the female. Now let me show you the endocrine system for the male. It is our hormones, how our hormones are throughout our body. It is the hormone system of our body. So on that live the other day, somebody brought up the fact that they said that lavender emulates estrogen. And people got in arms because the first thing they think is men. It's like, oh, I can't take it. It's going to make me feminine. Things of that nature. Lavender doesn't do that. There's no scientific evidence that says it does. When you first Google it, that first article that comes up says it may emulate estrogen. May emulate estrogen. But you don't stop there. It went on and further said that you want to be careful with lavender, giving lavender to children that are prepubescent. That means that the children boys have not reached puberty yet. That lavender it said lavender would affect, it emulates estrogen in prepubescent boys, which means that it affects their reproductive system. Well, welcome to the world of Monsanto. Because while you're worried about lavender, which can only affect little boys before they reach puberty, and like I said, there's no scientific evidence to back that fact up. That was a person's article that says it may emulate estrogen. Lavender's been used for thousands of years, and it has never been done that. What you have to be careful is of companies that take a plant and use its protective properties and make their products from it. They don't use the whole medicinal property of it or use that property for what it is designed for, but they use it for their own purpose. And that's what you have to be careful of. Like I was saying in the last live, when like mint, the different properties of mint, they don't use the whole mint. So while they'll take a mint plant, and when we get the hybrids, we don't have the full property of the original mint plant, because they've removed the menthone and the menthol from the plant, so that we got hybrids. It still has the common effects, still has the sedative effect. We still have some of the other medicinal properties, but we don't have the full properties because we have hybrids of the plant. We don't have the full plant unless you have a wild mountain mint. You have the original mint, and then and like I told you, when you go back to that original, its medicinal properties is so high and so powerful. That's why you can't use it at its full form. You have to be careful and know what you're doing with it. So again, back to our whole lavender issue. While we are worried about the article, that article even said that tea tree oil. This is tea tree oil. This is tea tree oil. I get this from Wally World. So they said that tea tree oil and lavender are hormone disruptors. What I will tell you is that these two are one of your most powerful antibacterial, antiviral, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial plants that you will ever have. They are among your super plants based off of their properties and what their ability to do. What their ability to do for the body. No, would I totally discredit the article? No, I want them to back it up with the scientific research that says it, because lavender has been around for thousands of years and has never done that. But what I will tell you is that when you have a product, let me see, I didn't get a lotion or something that I wanted to show you, that what you need to worry about is when you have a product that you bring into your home, like a pesticide or a weed killer or Roundup, because a lot of us, we got a lot of pests in our yard, and a lot of us use pesticides. I know a bunch of us, we choose not to use pesticides in our yard, and I'm about to tell you the biggest reason why you don't want to use pesticide in your yard, thanks to Monsanto. There is a article on in India, the farmers use seeds from Monsanto, and anytime I'm saying their names, because I have the scientific data and I have the research and the articles to back up what I'm saying. Otherwise, normally I'll say their name because I don't use their products anymore. Where they're now banned in India because of the seeds and herbicides that they had given to the farmers over there. Yeah, so, and then I'm going to get into that, Christina. Yeah, the thing about it, that product that's in there, let me see, it is so powerful. And why they have a rising concern with local gardeners is because we don't realize all of the research and the class action lawsuits that are against Monsanto right now. And the thing about it is, in 2000, when President Obama was president, he passed a bill that it prohibited Monsanto from being sued for after effects of their products. Whether he knew that their products was going to later become this long battle and fight with the EWG, the DIEHL, and all of those organizations that are fighting to get these chemicals and pesticides out of our food, all of those organizations they're constantly, now I am a supporter of the EWG. They're the ones who print, and I told you about this on my last video, the first mint video. I told you about the EWG, which are the reason why we get the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. If you don't know what that is, the Dirty Dozen, I explained that in the video, that the Dirty Dozen is a list of the 12 fruits and vegetables that are sprayed with herbicides and pesticides and weed killer, Roundup. They are the plants that we should be mindful that are heavily sprayed or sprayed period with pesticides. And then the Clean 15 are the products, the fruits and vegetables that are not sprayed. But one of the things that I'm so adamant about, and I wrote to the EWG about this, is that every year we get this list, but it does not change. They so and this is, and it brings me to my whole point about the lavender, because of its high potency and medicinal properties and things, that isn't a, now we got this article that's attacking it. But yeah, every year the FDA allows Monsanto and them to keep spraying blueberries and strawberries. They never come off the Dirty Dozen list. I've been watching the Dirty Dozen list for the past 8 years. 8 years. Do you know strawberries and blueberries never come off that Dirty Dozen list? They never let them change the list. Now, vegetables, they'll change it. We can get different vegetables that go on the Dirty Dozen, come off the Dirty Dozen, go on the Clean 15, come off go back on the Clean 15. But blueberries and strawberries are super fruits. They are super fruits. They have the ability to heal the body. Blueberries, there is no fruit with a higher antioxidant level than a blueberry, a natural blueberry. Hence why so many people are growing blueberries in your yard. Yes, and listen, and people don't know that, bro. They don't know, how to grow their own. That's why I'm so glad, and I share what I learned from you guys to not just my gardening family, but my family and my social media, because I want them to know that, listen, you don't have to take what they put out there on the market. You can grow your own. You could grow herbs in your kitchen on a counter. You could grow. I showed one year how you could take a shoe pocket from Dollar Tree and put some potting soil in it, and you grow herbs on the back door. You ain't even got to put it outside. You can put it on your back door and grow herbs inside. They do not require that much sunlight. So you can really, really grow your own. But again, that's my battle. That's my letter that I wrote, because I want to know why they will not take blueberries off the Dirty Dozen. Blueberries and strawberries. And y'all know I have a fit when I have to go buy strawberries. Guess what? Now I do not. Every day I go out into my garden and I get to pick my own strawberries. My own. So let's deal with the whole thing of our conversation that we had about this being a hormone disruptor. The biggest hormone disruptor, guys, is atrazine. That is your weed killer, your Roundup, your pesticides that people use in their yard. If you will look on the back of those pesticides, you will see atrazine on that list. And normally in the top 10 ingredients, atrazine is used in there. Atrazine has the ability, and what the scary thing to me is, it does affect females, but it primarily targets males. Either young males, older males, it does not matter. It has the ability to shrink your gonads. It shrinks your gonads. It has the ability to disrupt your entire male endocrine system. Now listen, the endocrine system is not a big system. It's a really small system, but has a big job. It is responsible for determining our sex. It is responsible for our reproductive system growing into who we are at birth. I'm not talking about people who get a change. That's not, has nothing to do with this. This is those who are born male at birth. If you are your parent or somebody sprayed pesticides, or you have products that are sprayed heavily with atrazine, are corn, soy, sorghum. Why sorghum? I don't know. I don't know if you guys know about sorghum, but sorghum leaf is a superfood. But we'll talk about that. I'll do that another week. But I look at why some of the most powerful foods on earth are the main targets of these pesticides. Why are they used? So anyway, so corn, soy, sorghum, there's a couple other things. You guys do your, what's my word? Due diligence. And you can look it up and you will see atrazine, atrazine. I want y'all to put that in your phone right now. Atrazine in research physically changed the sex of frogs, reptiles, and in young males and males, it has the ability to shut down their male reproductive system and change their sex, give them breasts and things of that nature. And this is why there's class action lawsuits against the pesticides. I know y'all hear us, a lot of us farmers and gardeners that say we want to be pesticide free and all of that. There's a reason why we're choosing to go the natural way, because even organic is not completely, 100% free of it, but at least it is trying. So I'm not knocking nobody that's trying to be organic, because you are at least trying to not use pesticides. And everything that I'm saying, you guys can research it. It is right there. There is nothing that is hidden. It is right there for you to research. And then don't stop at your first Google page. You keep going. And that's what due diligence is. It means I don't stop at the first thing I see. I keep going and I do my research. It is scientific evidence. Even the FDA, they'll say that they only allow, I think it is 3 kilograms per square feet or something like that. You have to look at the FDA guidelines for allowing pesticides into our foods. They actually allow a certain amount because they say that amount will not be as dangerous to young people, affecting their hormones and disrupting them. That you have to have a larger amount, or you have to be taken over a long period of time, things of that nature. But a parent who does not know these facts, and they're constantly feeding their children and their family these things that are sprayed with pesticides and things of that nature, don't know that. And that's why it's important that when we have these facts, we share these facts. So I'm putting it out there because it is out there. It is research. I've researched this. It's in my classes that I take. It is in my research that I do. It is out there for you guys to look it up and see. It is there. You guys, it is there and you can see it. Atrazine, the first animal it changed male frogs into a female frog. That's a fact. Atrazine is the #1 chemical that is found in the pesticides. Look it up. It is there. So my thing is that they're trying to not disrupt us. They're trying to distract us. There's a lot of lawsuits. And guys, support the EWG. I am a big supporter of the EWG. They are not just them, but there are many organizations that are out there making sure that these pesticides and chemicals stay out of children's food. It's in some of their vitamins, because the vitamins come from corn, flour, those things like that, and they're out there fighting. And by you having your own garden and doing those things, you're helping yourself and you're helping your community. Because so for instance, I have a small backyard, and if I spray pesticides in it, when it run off, that runoff goes into my neighbor's yards. They have kids. May not have no kids. I have grandkids that come over. It can run off back into the water system, our septic system. They did research. Matter of fact, you can contact your local water company and ask them for their most recent report, their water report. You want to know how clean your water is. That takes me to the water. There was a big thing on social media about water, and before, they used to always tell us, oh, boil your water, that'll clean it. So this is the thing, guys. Atrazine, that chemical, there are things called forever chemicals. They're trying to say that atrazine is not a forever chemical, but it takes a whole damn lot of work to get that pesticide off of your food. Vinegar, baking soda in the water, and at least for 20 minutes. If you buy it from the grocery store. But my thing is half of the stuff is already sprayed. I don't know if you've seen a video of people spray painting cucumbers. But half of the stuff is sprayed. Or even once you take it outside of those stores, it is in real air, it's in real sunlight, and a lot of that stuff fades away. And I showed that with the strawberries, how I was in the grocery store, bought the strawberries, how fabulous they looked. By the time I made it to my car, they had completely changed colors, which was insane to me. But again, I'm growing my own strawberries, so I don't have to buy no more. But anyway, because they spray them, by the time you take a strawberry and you put it in some baking soda and water, it completely fades the plant away. You barely have any strawberry left. If you don't believe me, buy a pack from the store, go home, put it in the baking soda or the vinegar, and try to wash off the pesticide, and then you tell me what you got left. There's barely any skin on that plant, on that fruit. And I've done it myself. That's my own research that I've seen, because I'm so passionate about our food and having the right food that isn't so chemically ridden. You can buy the organic, which they say is not sprayed with pesticide, and those come from, try to get it from your local farmers who grow organic, which most local farmers try to do that. That's if you have to buy it outside of your home. But using vinegar, using baking soda and the water for at least 20 minutes. You can use baking soda itself, but again, there are some products that have forever chemicals. Those chemicals you normally can find in your toothpaste and your mouthwash and your skincare products. Mostly skincare products for women contain a lot of those forever chemicals in it. Those are our BPAs, our plastics, epoxy resin makers, things of that nature. Those products have those forever chemicals in it. But trying to wash off your fruits and vegetables with pesticides is one thing. Now, some people ask, can you boil water? So most people wanted to go and boil water. Well, the rabbit hole that I went down on that one, because I was like, what happened to us being able to boil water? Because remember, the water is supposed to be so bad you can't drink drinking water. Well, in Philadelphia, they had did a research on the water in Philadelphia, and they found female growth hormone in the drinking water. Female growth hormone. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. They found female growth hormone. Not a little bit, a lot of female growth hormone. Now, I know that sometimes that hormone can be in milk and different food products. You have to do your research on that. But they found it in the water and found that you could not drink the water. And I was the first one. I ran to my daughter like, oh no, you have to go and get spring water. You get you some water. If you have to pour water from the sink, you boil it. So what happens is, now they're telling us not to boil water. I don't know if you guys saw the story of the man who he was cleaning his nose with the tap water and he died. I forgot what news station is on, but you can Google it. There was a man who was cleaning his nose with tap water, and he said he died from a rare case of, there was something in the water, something in the water that caused him to die. And I started to bring that article back up to try and show you guys, but you can look it up and see it yourself. It's there. But the reason why you can't boil your water, and this is why you need a water, not just a water filter system, but if you have to use water even to cook in it, get you a pitcher filter. Like I have the pure pitcher. I even bought 2 at the thrift store. I found 2 and I ran to give it to my daughter. Give her one, so that if she have to use water from the sink, it is filtered first, then you pour it in your pot to use it. But what happens is, there's so many chemicals that they use to clean the water, to get the microorganisms out of it, to purify the water as much as they can. Those chemicals and things, what happen is, if you study the, what is that? What chart is that? With all of the chemicals on it, how it goes from water to gas to vapor and all that. So that's what happens when you take a pot of your tap water and you put it on the stove, and once you turn that gas on and light it, you have now turned those chemicals that are in your water into a vapor. And they say that that is why they're telling people not to boil their water to clean stuff, because now you're mixing chemicals. So if you have a food, a plant or something that was sprayed with a pesticide, and you put that in there, and you take your boiling water, you take your water from the tap water that has chemicals in that, and now you're combining those chemicals to boil it on a stove, you have now created a gas, a vapor that you're now inhaling. And they're saying that that is more dangerous, combining those chemicals together. And that's why you should not boil the water to clean your fruits and vegetables that have been sprayed with pesticide. Y'all get that part? Not sure if I was clear about it. And if I'm going too fast, or it's something I said you guys didn't get or understand, please let me know. Are there any questions? Because I know I gave a lot of information, and I tend to overgive because a lot of stuff I really want you guys to research for yourself. Are there any questions about the lavender? The lavender is antimicrobial, antibacterial properties. In ancient times, lavender, they would take the lavender plant and they would put it under their pillow, and it helps them to have a good night's sleep and good dreams. Well, I ain't gonna say good dreams, but it helped them to dream, and it helped them to sleep well at night. So that's another tip that you can use. You can put lavender under your pillow. Let's see. I always like to make sure I give y'all all the information that I researched and further looked up. Again, the Egyptians were the first to introduce lavender. Then it went on to the Persians after that. Lavender is great for insomnia, anxiety, hair loss. Okay, so the one about the boiling water, so whenever you get your fruit, as long as it doesn't have your fruits and vegetables, it doesn't have forever chemicals on it, because the three things I tell you to clean with the vinegar, the baking soda, and put it in warm water for at least 20 minutes. You want to let it sit for at least 20 minutes. And what they say is, if a lot of people felt like they would just boil water to clean their fruits and vegetables that have pesticides on it, because they thought the boiling water will remove it, but in fact it doesn't. What it does is create a whole new gas or vapor that you are now inhaling, and your family's inhaling if you're boiling it on your stove. You have now created a whole new chemical. The chemicals that they use to purify and cleanse the tap water, and then the chemicals that are in the plants, fruits and veggies. It's if it has pesticides. And again, if it has forever chemicals on it, it is not going anywhere. What you say? Christina, you said you have raspberries gone? I meant reproduction disruption. I don't, can you elaborate more, Christina? What about reproductive disruption? About the atrazine causing reproductive disruption in males and females? Mostly males. It caused men's gonads to shrink for their, let me see. I want to give y'all all of the details. Let's see. Because I will break it down for y'all. Let me see. So study your endocrine system. Study what it does. Study what affects it. That's just if you are into the whole well-being, holistic well-being and things. So atrazine, it lowers testosterone levels, shrinks the male gonads. It shrinks their reproductive organs. It demasculates them, feminizes the laryngeal. That's this. It suppresses mating behavior, reduce sperm spermatogenesis, and decreased fertility. So it reduced sperm count, decreased men's ability to have fertile sperm. Uh, the atrazine itself completely changed a male frog to a female. So it decreased your gland size for male. It seems to attack mostly men in that fashion. I'm not saying it doesn't have an effect on females too, because it does. It, if anything, so I was saying, and I think I disrupted myself. With your endocrine system, it isn't this huge major organ. It's found throughout the system. I showed you the picture of it, and there it works in condition with your circulatory system. So, which would explain about the fertility and everything. But it works with your circulatory system. That's your circulation, things like that. And because it works along with that, it sends those signals to your body, the reproductive system, and those different parts of the body, your pineal gland, your pancreas. There's just small different organs that your endocrine system works with. And any disruption to it can have a major impact on your body, especially your reproductive system. So that's why it's so important about not using those pesticides. And that's why I said, when I heard somebody say that they were saying lavender disrupted, no, what they're saying is that lavender emulates estrogen. But the thing about it is endocrine disruptors mostly attack the male reproductive system. I'm not saying it doesn't have an effect on the female, but most of the research has been on what it has done to the males. It didn't say that it changed a male to a female. It just literally changed a male to a female, not a female to a male. It changed a male to a female. Let me see. Thanks, Christina. But listen, look it up. Any more questions? You guys can definitely look it up. It's here. And like I said, do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? But again, when I heard that information, I wanted to make sure I got its accurate information. And I want to make sure you guys have the right information too. So no, lavender has been around for thousands of years and has been used by both male and female, from the ancient Egyptians to the Persians. And tea tree, like I said, these two are one of your most powerful antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal plants that you want to have in your arsenal. So you definitely want to have them. And then, so I started to show you guys what the original aloe looked like. I know that Dr. Sabi, he wasn't a big proponent of the aloe that we use now because he said it was bioengineered. Aloe, so it's just like our mint plants, how we have mints. It's a hybrid. It is not the original aloe that came from Africa. It is a hybrid of it. It was taken in, and when you take it to another place, it has to adapt to that new place where it is, and that's where it is. So it may not have all of the benefits, like our mint. It may not have all of the properties of the original mint, but it still has some of its main properties. And so the same thing with aloe. Why? So in another article, it said that, not just tea tree and lavender, but aloe too. And I'm going, wow. But this is the aloe that you synthetically made. So back to the point about your products, please understand, again, that article is on the FDA website. They showed how, even though a lot of products say that they have aloe in it or they have lavender in it, it's not enough of it in there. I'll go into that another day. But normally when you create a formula, so for instance, I create my own formula for my skincare products, your fragrance is normally only 2% of the entire product. Most companies use the plant as part of that fragrance, and that's the 2%. We talk about 98% of the product, where 80% is probably water. 2% is your fragrance or your herb. They do not have enough of the herb in there to really, and I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them. Just go look on the FDA website, and you'll see they'll show you the ones they did it on vitamins and I think some skincare products, showing you where it just wasn't a lot in there. But even I went to a formulation class and training. They teach you how to formulate and make your own skincare products and everything. And even with them, they're like, oh, you just only need a couple drops of it, and but that's their recommendation. I prefer to use more because if I am using that product, so if I'm making you a skincare product that I say that's going to help you with acne and help you with discoloration, if I give you 2%, that's not enough to really have an effect on you. That's not enough to really, if I show you, I'm trying to think, I may go live tomorrow while I'm making my products. I may go live because I have lavender oil already made. I have some of the ones already made. I want to make sure that you are getting the full benefit. If I say that it's for that medicinal purpose, I want to make sure you're getting the full benefit of it. So that's the difference. That's why a lot of people who make their own formula, make their own skin products, I love them. I support them because I know that they're making it because we've tried products that's out there and they're really not doing what they purport to do. So that's why you see a lot of people making their own. I love it. I ran into a young lady this past weekend, and she had her products, and she was like, yeah, I did the same thing. They didn't have stuff for me, and I wanted to make stuff that was for me and that I knew worked and create my own formula. So yeah, and then they'll come along and offer you $1 billion, and now the product's no longer the same, the quality is no longer the same, and where they used to use quality ingredients to make the product, they now do not, because you got to understand there's not a one size fit all. Whenever you're trying to make a product to address different issues, you should just make a new product. You should not compromise the quality or the product of what you have created, and it works, just so that it can reach in other areas or other fields. You want to make a new product. What's wrong with making a new product? So that's my disclaimer. So any other questions or anything? This is fun. I know I talk a lot. Again, it's because I am passionate about, I'm sorry y'all, I got my shorts on. Because I'm passionate about what it is that I do. I love herbalism. I love what I do. And I never ever want to give medical advice. That's not my job to give medical advice. When I took my oath is on the fact that I am helping people with their health and well-being using plant medicine to help them achieve that. You're welcome, bro. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Christina, bro. Everybody that came in here, so blessed. Mona. Hi, Mona, bro. How you doing, y'all? Everybody, how is everybody tonight? Broke, I'm about to go check out your live, and then I'm going to watch Norbit, because Norbit is free on Tubi. Actually, Norbit is free on YouTube. So I'm going to go watch Norbit, because I'm going to laugh tonight. What do you guys have planned for the weekend? What do you got planned for Friday? Saturday, I am vending, so that's why tomorrow I will be making. So I just went and checked my apothecary, and I have mostly everything I need except for the whipped butters, but I have the oils ready. I've infused the oils weeks ago, even months ago. So my oils are ready. I make men's beard oil, beard balm. I'm working on a formulation for aftershave because I found out that there's some that there are some forever chemicals. My mirror fell. There are some forever chemicals in men's aftershave. You working this week? Yeah, Norbit is free on YouTube, so I'm about to watch it. I got it set for next. But Norbit is freaking hilarious, y'all. Listen, Norbit is so funny. I want Eddie Murphy to make a Norbit too. I know he got a new movie coming. Oh, Beverly Hills Cop 4, which I definitely want to see because that was hilarious. I'm gonna check Tubi and see if Beverly Hills Cop is free. But listen, Tubi is the truth right now, and I don't know if I should say that out loud because normally when you say it out loud, they start taking stuff off and people try to copy them. But Tubi is the bomb. And YouTube, I'll be at work, I don't watch Alien versus Predator, one with Sinai Lathan. And honey, I don't watch it like 20 times. I watch Predator 1, Predators 2, Predators. Then I watch Predator 2. I watch Alien versus Predator like 5 times because I loved with Sinai Lathan in it. And what else on there? Oh my god. Oh, Demolition Man on there, which I haven't seen in years, so I watched that the other night. So I'm gonna watch it because technically the other last half of the movie watched me because I fell asleep. So I'm probably gonna watch that after I watch Norbit. Hey Felicia, Fr Humphrey in here. How you doing, love? Oh y'all, don't forget to hit the like button before you leave. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button for me. Make sure y'all hit that like button. That way I can keep on bringing y'all some content because y'all said despite everything going on, y'all like what I'm giving y'all. But yeah, Norbit is free. And Norbit is hilarious. I freaking love Marlon Wayans in there. Don't get me wrong, Eddie Murphy is hilarious. But Marlon Wayans, I just love when that part come on. So so y'all go and watch Norbit. You can thank me for that because Norbit is hilarious. Me and my daughter, as soon as it becomes free, we go and watch it. Let me tell you another movie that is good, y'all. The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina and Samuel Jackson. That is on Tubi. I don't know if y'all got Tubi, but I got Tubi. I don't have cable. I got Tubi. I got Roku. Roku been corny kind of recently, but Tubi is the truth. Y'all download that Tubi app. You will thank me later because I watch Demolition Man. Every Predator is on there. I don't watch Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3 is on there. Actually, check YouTube. Rush Hour may be free on YouTube too, but Rush Hour was hilarious. What is that one with Bruce Willis and Chris Tucker? Fifth Element. That was on Tubi, so it was hilarious. Yes. So I know that Demolition Man and all of them are on it. Like Tubi is the truth right now. All of Scooby-Doo. I am a cartoon watcher. I'm sorry if y'all don't like cartoons, but I love Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is on Tubi, and it's free. Every season of it. Laugh Olympics, everything is on there. I've been cracking up. Let me see what else is on there. Anyway, what y'all watching? What else y'all doing? Well, I don't have to work till Sunday, thank God. But I'm vending Saturday. Again, I am going to try because I really want y'all to see. So, I don't know if you guys may not even care about formulations, but as an herbalist and a skincare creator, formulations are important because I make formulations for my tea blends. So like this Saturday I'm going to be making some tea blends. I want to do not a detox, I want to do a one that helps with liver and kidney health. So I'm going to do an herb blend for that. I have an herb blend already created for or formulated for that. I just have to bag it up. I'll be selling those my tea blends this weekend. I'll be selling my men's beard oil, beard balm. That's my #1 seller is my fire cider. So I got my bottles already ready for my fire cider. I'm gonna be doing fire cider shots as samples so people can test out the fire cider. I already got the fire cider loaded and ready to go, and I'm gonna make a new one because once I sell out this weekend, this Saturday, I know I'm gonna have to already have one already ready to go on the next one. Listen, I got the best hair oil. Do you want to grow your hairline back, or you trying to so because like I said, you can use lavender. So this is what I did. So a young man came to me because he is young and he started losing his hair. I told him, I said, well, let me know what you want to do. Do you want to grow your hair back, or do you want to make your scalp healthy, and maybe you want to cut your hair. And so we went through, I did a consultation with him, and he wanted to grow his hair back. So I gave him hair oil that would help him grow his hair back, and also help because he was starting to gray. You can reverse gray hair. So I gave him a herbal blend, herbal oil blend for that. And then I have another one where you just want to, you know, make your scalp healthy. Maybe you have dry scalp or things of that nature. Then I can give you an oil for that as well. Hi, Mary. Grow with me. Y'all coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. So what do you want to, you got to let me know what you want to do with your scalp. Do you want to grow it back? Because you got a baldy. I can help. I definitely can help you with that beard, because I got the best beard oil. And I have a beard balm. Like I said, I found out that they have those chemicals, like atrazine, in men's aftershave. And there are some men who don't have a beard. So I want to address just their skin underneath. My, both. Okay, so I'm going to send you a bottle. I'm going to fill them up tomorrow. Matter of fact, if I go live, I'll show you my men's beard oil and beard balm, and it helps. So this is what I need you to do to understand that whenever we are addressing an outside issue, there's always a that it is the possibility that it can come from inside too. So it can come from something that you eat as well. So you have to watch what you're eating. What I suggest you do is just take a week and do a diary of everything that you eat for the week, just to make sure. Because number one, it takes time for you to heal any part of your body that you want to work on. And normally I say it takes 30 days for you to start even seeing results, or to feel results and things like that. And so you want to monitor what you're eating as well, because there are some foods and stuff that dry out the hair shaft. There's products that you use on your hair that can do the same thing. What you can do for now, until I send you the bottle, is if you have lavender growing in your yard, I want you to take it, cut some lavender off of there, and then I want you to put it in your favorite shampoo or conditioner. Preferably your conditioner. I'm not a big advocate of shampoo, and I'll have to go into that a whole nother time. I don't have time to do that today. But take the lavender, cut it up, and I want you to put it in your hair conditioner. Men mostly have a shampoo hair conditioner mix. Men don't normally have it separate, unless you are the type that you have ones that you buy from someone that makes a private their own skincare products, their own hair care products. But you can take the lavender, and what I want you to do is use that for a whole week straight, and let's get your scalp healthy. So use that to help the scalp, and it'll definitely break up the antibacterial properties of it. I know you're bald, but I'm telling you. Listen, do you still wash your head? Do you wash your head? Don't you wash your head when you're in the shower? I'm trying to get your scalp healthy, because most of the time your hair is being blocked. Those hair follicles, things that if you lost your hair and you didn't cut it off naturally, normally there's a blocker. There's an inhibitor there that is stopping your hair from growing. So you need antibacterial or antimicrobial to get that scalp cleansed to the root. So all I'm asking you to do is to just clean your scalp. You're bald. That's okay. Soap? No, don't use soap. No, don't. Soap is too harsh. Soap is too harsh for your scalp. You do not use soap on your head. Oh, no. Anyway, so then if you've been using soap, that's what's drying it out. That is definitely what's drying it out. So you're going to have to stop using the soap. So when I send you the products, I need you to stop using the soap. Okay? So you're going to stop using the soap. I actually have I make a black soap. So if I have time to make that tomorrow, we will see. Because I have to get out in the garden early in the morning. I got to water the garden first. Oh, okay. So that was my point. Normally in your, for men, they combine the product, but you can put it in there. Take the lavender, cut it up, put it in there. Put it in there, let it sit and soak. Let it sit for 24 hours first. Let those natural oils from that plant come out and infuse with that wash. It's a great wash for the body too. So just go ahead and put it in there. Let it sit for 24 hours before you use it. So wait till you shower for the day, then take those lavender plants, put it in your body wash, and let it infuse for 24 hours. And then you can start using it. And I would say that to anybody that needs it for their hair and scalp. Yep, I do that. But you definitely, since soap is it's really harsh on our system. So you need a moisturizer. So when I make my body butters for men need extra moisturizer. So I do a dry skin formula for men because their skin is a whole lot drier than women's skin tend to be. But I know some women with some dry skin too. But the men's formula normally addresses the dry skin more. Any other questions on my lavender? Y'all take some of them lavender buds. Put it under your pillow. Put them in a vase in your room and get that smell going. Again, they say do not give it orally, lavender tea, to young boys that haven't reached puberty. That's what they say. I haven't seen the scientific research to back it up, but it acts like estrogen. So don't give it to young boys under puberty, pre-puberty, because we definitely don't want to say that we're responsible for them having hormone or endocrine disruptors. But again, lavender has been used by the gods, ancient Egyptians. Let me see. Y'all want some smell-o-vision? Some more smell-o-vision? So this is lavender that I grew. Majority of the lavender that I grew. You can see, because you can see the wooded stems. I keep the stems too. If you can see the stems in there. And then I bought more lavender from the herb store. See, this is the stem. And it has properties too. Normally when you have a plant, when it is flowering, all of the medicinal properties is going up the stem into the flower. So the medicinal properties are in there too. And yes, my hands are clean. So, oh, it smells good. But I've already made lavender oil, so I actually just have this nice full jar to work on the next one. And then tea tree oil. Listen, tea tree oil is powerful, y'all. Tea tree oil is powerful. This thing has to be diluted. It has to be diluted. Even in this form, this is a dilution. This is not tea tree in its natural forms. It is in a carrier oil. And I still, because of how strong it is, because it is 100% pure, I still would dilute this. Yes, thank you so much for coming in. I'm about to close out now. Hey guys, I appreciate you so much. I got 3 minutes. Any more questions? Anybody? Anybody else got questions? Anything about herbs? I'm trying to do a Ask an Herbalist. So nobody don't be trying to steal my idea. I've asked several other herbal YouTubers if they would like to get on with me, and we can do an Ask an Herbalist where you guys can come in and you can ask us questions about herbs, wildflowers and plants, anything that you have on your mind that you want to ask us. So if you are into herbs and you want to be on the same panel, please let me know, because I'm trying to set that up for July. Giving us time to get everybody. I already have 4 people, so I would love if you are into herbs for you to join us and be part of it too. So don't forget, happy Juneteenth to everyone. Happy Juneteenth. My cup for the day is the Serenity Prayer, which is God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. This is one of my favorite cups because I have a Dr. King cup that I got when I visited his monument in Georgia, and it was so beautiful. Such a beautiful, it was an overwhelming experience. If you guys ever get a chance, I don't care who you are, to go to Georgia and visit the monument where they have his tomb and Mother Coretta Scott King's tomb. Just the energy there was just, it was phenomenal. It was mind blowing. So if you guys ever get a chance to head there, I went there. It was a beautiful experience. So make sure you go there. But I had got that cup from there, and I think I got this cup from there as well. I can't remember. But I had them two together. So maybe next time I'll show you my Dr. King cup. But any more questions? I got 1 minute. You guys got any more questions? Any more questions in the chat? Did I answer everything? Listen, you guys can still come into, after the video is over, you can still come and ask questions if you need me to elaborate more on some things. And again, everything I gave you in this video, you can go and you can research it yourself. It is out there. I made sure I shared with you things that is easily accessible for you to go and you can research. You do not have to take my word for it. And any names that I called in this video is because there is evidence to back it up, everything that I said. So with that, listen, love you guys. I appreciate you so much, all of my friends that came into the chat this evening. Again, for all of my friends that came in the chat, this is Plans, Teas, and Besties. And remember, y'all remember my motto, it is to add a little glam, and let's continue to grow together. So when we expand our knowledge, we share that with the people we love. We share that with the people we know. And together, we all grow together in knowledge and we grow in well-being. And listen, did I tell y'all I got my certification? I finished my coaching certification, my wellness coaching. I finished. I got my certification, and I'm so happy about that. But I'm working on my still working on my Doctor of Natural Medicine. I'm almost done. I'm at the end. We have 2 sections to go, so I'm so happy about that. And it's not overwhelming. I'm kind of overjoyed because I had set this goal, because when I entered the herbal field, I wanted to be able to help people, and it's my way of helping people. So again, and I do offer consultations. I do Zoom consultations. You guys let me know if you want to do one. I do ship too. I make blends, and I make skincare products and things like that. So you guys let me know if that's something you're interested in. You could always hit me up on Instagram, R_R Queen Collection. Again, R_R Queen Collection on Instagram. Okay. A lot of you, I think, follow me on Facebook and stuff already. My Facebook is separate. It's not on my herbalism. So, but Instagram, that's where I have a lot of my products and everything. Thanks, FR. Yes, if you watch the replay, make sure you hit #replay. That lets us know that you guys came on in and you watched the replay. So I thank you so much. I want you guys to have a blessed weekend. Hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow in these YouTube streets. We'll check out and see who else is going live. Let me get on these YouTube streets. And actually, I'm about to put Norbit on, because I'm about to go watch Norbit. Unless somebody is on live tonight, I will be watching Norbit. And what else I was watching after that? I'm not going to watch Demolition Man. I may watch Demolition Man. One of them. I'm going to watch afterwards. But thank you guys so much for coming on. And everybody that came in, I thank you so much, guys. I love you guys. Y'all have a blessed evening. Have a blessed weekend. And don't forget, let's continue to grow together.